Kia ora fam, this reading is for Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Saturn. If you don't know where it falls on your chart, or you don't know what placements, you don't know if you have earth placements at all, but you resonate with the words on the screen, then maybe this reading is for you, or just the message in general. Feel free to still take what you feel like is yours, but make sure it doesn't take from you. Okay, we're just going to see what messages Spirit, Source, and some for Divine Ancestors have for you all today. Peace. What guidance and affirmations you have for Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, collective. Don't forget to like and share this video. It's a great way of exchanging with me. And if you want a personal tarot reading, or you want some art, you want some ritual done for you, you want some spiritually charged adornment, check out our site. We're based in Aotearoa, New Zealand, but we ship internationally. Okay, guidance and affirmation do you have for Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, collective? Guidance and affirmation do you have for Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, collective? One more, please. Hold on a sec. All right. We have Abilokan, the mind was born. Not to know is bad, to not wish to know is worse. Oh my god. Oh, wow, I just dropped that. Again. Okay. Right. I just want to say with this, like, some of y'all are releasing blocks within your mind and your throat. Some of y'all are releasing illusions when it comes to, like, yeah, you know, when there's a truth that needs to be said, or there's a truth in a certain experience that we're having, right? But we're kind of in denial about it, or in an illusion about it. I'm seeing that that's being released. There might have been something that some of y'all didn't want to know, and y'all are coming to terms with that. I heard coming to grips with it. We also have Janina, Prince of Fire, respect begets respect. We have Queen of Love. With much knowledge there is much sorrow, with much wisdom there is much weeping. Oh my god, fam, I keep dropping the cards, which is kind of significant to me. Or significant to this message. Like, I feel like a lot of stuff is being released. Some of you are releasing people, like quite a few people. There's a lot of energies here. Some of you have a lot of people around you and need to be mindful of who you surround yourself with. Some of you will be releasing, like, old relationships, or like pent up emotions, like emotional blocks, emotional immaturity, emotional manipulation, whether that's within yourself, or a lack of nurturing your emotional body. Like, some of you all need to release, I think, release your feelings, like, in terms of, like, feel your feelings, speak your feelings, but don't use your feelings as a tool to manipulate others or take advantage of others. And you're also being called to stay away from people that are like that. Some of you, there's actually 5 of Cups at the base of the deck. Reject. You always learn a lot more when you lose than when you win. So some of you have, yeah, definitely lost relationships, or and might be carrying some sort of burden in regards to this, or have been. Like, this might be challenging for you. Some of you have experienced some sort of rejection, or, yeah, emotional loss. And it looks like this might be something that you're secretly going through. Like, people might not really know the depth of how you're really feeling. Some of you are kind of mask behind laughter and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I'm seeing it's important for, I'm hearing for you to prosper, it's important for you, for you to thrive, it's important for you to acknowledge your emotions and take the wisdom and knowledge that you've gained from the sorrow that you have experienced, the grief that you have experienced. Something here to do with a mother and a child. So this could be like you and your mom, or you and like a kind of feminine energy, or you could be the older person. So there might be conversations. Some of you might be having conversations with this kind of feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a woman. And that might be who you're sharing your emotions with, or being called to share your emotions with. You also have Ibe, water that has been begged for does not quench the thirst. So that's the Lovers reversed. Ibe is in Yoruba the twins, the divinities that are the twins. And Baje, the Tower card, a snake that you can see does not bite. Tower reversed. So for some of you that have gone through a breakup, or like can be friendship, can be romantic, specifically within like a relationship, or cut ties to something, Spirit is showing me that you've really like dodged a bullet. So it might feel like shit at this time, but you've really dodged it, like you've dodged a bullet, because it's the Tower card reversed. So it could have been worse, and they're letting you know that now. I'm also seeing for some of you'll need to harmonize the energies within yourself, like your so-called masculine feminine energies, so like your intuition and versus your action, your emotions versus your drive. I don't know. There might be like a need for some of you to quieten down your ego a little bit when it comes to, I don't know if it's like choices that you need to make or something. Remove your ego from a choice that you need to make. So like I'm seeing more with your ego. Ego is not bad, but I'm seeing like a false sense of identity, or an old identity that some of you are shedding. Yeah. Yeah, some of you will need to like get into more of a space where you are more comfortable making choices for yourself. And also like enter into more of an energy like, what do you want to do? Like I'm seeing it's like, it's not that deep. What do you want to do? What do you want to explore? How, like, what do you want to play with in terms of like in your life, creatively in your world? Some of your voice is important, in terms of your expression, and there's something there that's going to take you on a new adventure. What guidance and affirmation do you have for Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Collective, We have Hamor, 8 of Spades, restrict. Only those who do nothing never make a mistake. So some of you'll definitely let your head get the best of you, like your thoughts. Some of you might be battling or have been battling like mental health stuff, so anxiety, depression, like experiencing those kinds of things. Yeah, and we have deceit at the base of the deck. So if this is a relationship that you've left, or just an old phase of life or skin or identity that you have shared, it was really restricting you, and there were a lot of lies and deceit within that. Yes, for some of you it's friendship. Like there may be friendship or old circles that you're a part of that weren't actually making you feel good, and were actually making you feel like you couldn't do anything. So there's reminders here like, don't overthink, don't make it deeper than it is. Don't let the past or what people have said to you in the past stop you from making certain choices. Like if you just sit there and do nothing, you're never going to move. You know, life is about making mistakes sometimes, and that's how you figure out what you want, right? By trying. So Source is saying, don't let your mind get the better of you. Like, unless you just want unless you just want to be a rock sitting there doing nothing. Like, that's not what you're meant to be doing. guidance and affirmations you have for Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo collective. Yeah. Ibukan blessings, 9 of Cups. He who wakes up early in the morning receives a blessing. Some of you will need to wake up earlier, but I'm seeing that there's so much more that you can experience in life if you just get out of your head. Queen of Fire, Iabaina. Fire surrounded by elders cannot burn you. So some of you just need to be a little bit more confident in yourself. And that's going to be what you're working on, like activating what you really want within your heart space, what's going to bring you emotional fulfillment and contentment. Maybe that's what this season is about for some of you, and working on your confidence. Some of you'll need elders around you, like mentors or something like that as well, to kind of guide you. So if there's anyone that you feel drawn to, not in a codependent way, in a positive way where you feel like, oh my gosh, that's kind of where I want to be, or the knowledge that they hold in terms of their own passions, what fuels them, their values, is something that I admire. Make sure that you spend time with them, or you're listening to them, whether it's like podcast or YouTube or music or whatever. Ibu. The Hanged Man, or Ibu means as a sacrifice. Number 12, no person is born great. Great people become great when others are sleeping. I'm hearing not to sleep on yourself as well, fam. Like, you're very talented, you're very attractive, and your blessings, like, some of you will have already experienced something that you've asked for, so maybe you aren't being able to experience it to the fullness of its capacity because you get in your head. Secondly, some of you might need to make a sacrifice. Some of you might be letting go of someone, a relationship where this person is a little bit immature, more immature than you. This can also represent like taking some time to heal, like taking a break, a pause, in order to like rebirth yourself. But it's like willingly you've put yourself in a position of sacrifice, or releasing what needs to be released in order to cultivate what needs to be cultivated in the future. 9 of Swords, Fair, Ibiru. Until the old moon disappears completely, the new moon cannot come. Yeah, so a lot of, for you, like, you'll need to identify what is actually causing you fear, what is making you feel anxious. If you don't properly deal with it, it's gonna keep coming up in the future. So take the time now to look at what your fears are. Write them down, fam. It's okay for you to write them down. So you know them and you identify them. What scares me about moving forward? What scares me about attaining my wish fulfillment in my life? What holds me back from experiencing more emotional fulfillment and satisfaction? Write it down, and then once you're clear on it and you're clear on how you're going to move forward anyway, rip it up, put it in the bin, burn it safely, and let it go. That might be what you all are being called to sacrifice, as well as your fears, this anxiety, these worries. Yeah. So this might take time and some mahi, some work. So be patient with yourself as well. I'm hearing water yourself too. It's important for you all to nurture the parts of yourself that you want to sustain, and kind of dead the other things. So yeah, what do you want to grow in your life? How can you nurture and sustain that? What do you not want anymore? Stop feeding that part of your life. Does that make sense? Stop giving it energy. So if it's a person and you don't want the relationship to grow and it's not serving you, maybe you need to take a break from them. Maybe you need to stop talking to them. Maybe you need to, these are just examples. If it's an environment, maybe you need to stop going to that place. Yeah, especially if it's not making you feel confident. If something's not making you feel confident and sexy and charismatic, it's not for you at this time, because that energy, you being in that confident energy surrounded by protection, is really important. What guidance information we have for Capricorn? We have Otito, prepare now for the solutions of tomorrow. That's 11. Yeah, any like rejection or emotional loss that you've gone through is really like meant to be. I will say that. We have Ijoye Fair Prince of Love. If the moon loves you, why worry about the stars? I'm hearing some of you will need to appreciate the love that surrounds you a bit more, whether it's in friendship or could be a new relationship, could be the children around you, whatever form it comes in. It's important for you to be grateful for that. Also seeing some of you will need to stop seeking love outside of yourself in terms of like, not love, validation. Yeah, there will be a refreshing in some of your relationships, or some of you will be experiencing new connections that you haven't experienced before. And I'm seeing that that's quite divine. Like these people have come into your life for a reason. Maybe to help you with makes better choices for yourself. You might see people around you that make really positive choices for themselves, and you'll be admiring that. Those are the people that you're meant to be around or spending time with or whatever. What guidance and affirmations you have for Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, koutou? Prince of Earth, Ijoye Aye. He, with his own knowledge, knows how to eat from it. You'll have acquired a lot of knowledge and wisdom in the past. I just heard 2 years, which is very specific. And you can actually trust yourself in terms of like what works for you, what doesn't. Yeah, there's a lot you've digested and processed already. So do give yourself credit for that. It's important for you to take it slow as well. You, after this period of reflection and awakening for some of you, and then Abiyah, Earth was born, the tongue carries life but also death. This fell on the floor. There's definitely like new partnerships coming for you. So for some of you, it's like to do with mahi. You might be starting like a new project, and you might have like a partner that's helping you or something. Yeah, again, or someone younger than you, or you could be the older person. But it's really important to take it slow. I'm seeing that anything that you've planted or rooted like recently maybe has already grown more than you realize. Okay, we'll put one more. What guidance information do you have for Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo? Cool. It's a nice end. Iriti, hope does not disappoint. 10, 5. That's 17. This Aquarius energy. So yeah, ending this reading, I guess like you having faith and hope in yourself is really important, and that's what's going to help you release the fear, the anxiety, the worry and stuff that's kind of, I heard, accumulated. Like being honest with yourself and your emotions, what makes you sad and all of that stuff from the past, but making sure that it doesn't hold you back, and just believing in yourself and what you're moving forward creating. And you're allowed to take it slow and take your time with connecting, with grounding relationships, with whatever projects you were starting, whatever new things that you are a part of. It's just important for you to believe in your own capabilities. And I'm just also hearing like to remember that you're like divinely created as well, that some of you will need to remind yourself that you are an ancestor. It's not just like your ancestors that have passed on. Like we are all ancestors here today, living, breathing,